Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Schmuckable YouTube channel. Sorry for another shitty video quality, very quick video. House Bill 86 was just introduced, was just passed by a committee in the Ohio government, and I just want to get this video out because I said I would do an update as soon as a comparable bill was introduced on the floor, and this one is even worse than I think anybody really expected it to be, and they vote on it December, what is tomorrow? December 5th of the recording of this video. So I'm recording this on Monday the 4th. They're going to vote on it it'd be December the 6th. They'll vote on it in 2 days from now. And if it were to pass both the Senate and our General Assembly, it would then get put to DeWine, and DeWine is 100% going to put that in. So I want to go over from this awesome Reddit post. You can find it, you can find this Reddit post on the r/Ohio subreddit, which they've been kind of freaking out, but it is what it is. But I'm just going to go through all the changes and then my thoughts, and then I'm just going to push this video out. It's going to be practically unedited, so bear with me, but I'm just going to go through everything and try to explain it to the people that were interested in the last video, because I feel like I would be doing a disservice if I didn't. So let's just get into it. First thing was tax adjustments. The access tax will increase from 10%, which was one of the lowest actually in the country, to 15%. So great, that is what it is, but they're also changing where the tax money is going to be allocated. About 30%, or about, what is it? Yeah, Law Enforcement Training Fund will have 30% of the tax revenue. Substance Abuse and Treatment Fund will have 15%, and then the General Fund will have 10%. The remaining, notably, will have no allocation for social equity. So that's awesome. They completely neuter. Actually, what was my favorite part of the bill was where the tax money was going. It was going to a lot of works that need the access tax money. But no, we're going to give more to law enforcement, like they don't already take a ton of our city tax anyways. The THC limit, this is the dumbest one and the most uneducated, probably the most uneducated change in this entire bill. We're going to limit flower to 25%, and then 50% for extracts, which I know I said in the last video that the limit of 90% was like, whatever. I mean, after a certain point, you don't really feel it, but limiting it to 50% is absurd to me. That makes it hard for the growers now to have to cut it now with shit to get it under 50% THC, and also 25% THC flower. That's going to neuter like our gene market, because some strains are just high in THC. But if it's a good strain of marijuana, I'm gonna want to smoke it, but I won't be able to smoke it if it produces more than 25% of THC content. I mean, just an absurd, like, the old ones, the ones that were theorized, like I think it was a 35% and the 90. That's fine. That's perfectly fine by me. I mean, most aren't that high anyways. Concentrates and flower. This is absurd. This completely neuters it. But the one thing they hit in this bill is the Division of Cannabis Control can allow above over 50% for adult use with scientific evidence. Restrictions apply to recreational products available for purchase, reduced possession limits, and then it goes on to the next one. But with scientific evidence, I have no clue what that means. I don't think anybody knows what that means. But they can raise it with scientific evidence, which is hilarious that the people that wrote this bill, the Republican Party, is putting scientific evidence in a fucking bill. Anyways, it limits our possession now to only 1 ounce of flower at a time, 5 grams of extract, and a total no more than 500 milligrams of total THC. This is possession anywhere, whether that be in the home or in public. That is terrible. That is a terrible change. Awful. Smoking regulations. Public smoking will be banned in restricted residences. Landlords can prohibit smoking, vaping, or consumption. Home grow eliminated due to black market concerns. Home grow is going to be eliminated due to black market concerns. What they're not telling you is that home grow is actually going to be limited because when you introduce home grow, it's good for the consumer and we get lower prices. It's what's happening in Michigan. Now, Michigan does have a supply problem, and that does come with having home grow. However, it is pro-consumer. It was in the original statute. You leave it like that. Dispensaries will be prohibited within 500 feet of schools and daycares. That's fine. Child-resistant containers required. Limits on ads, packaging, or marketing appealing to children. Mandatory Surgeon General's warning on all products. That's perfectly okay. No one's going to argue with that. Employer protections. No surprise here. You get a zero tolerance drug test. So your employer, if you test positive, piss hot for marijuana, they can discharge you with just on cause, just cause. Um, which is awesome, considering that alcohol isn't treated the same way. Uh, fuck. And then the one that actually pisses me off, and it creates even more of a monopoly because obviously the people that are funding that want this bill to pass are already invested in our medical cannabis industry. It will increase the amount of licenses given at a time from 107, which is we're only allowed to have 107 like operating dispensaries or licenses like given out at a time to 230, but that means only 230 dispensaries will be able to operate at a time. And they have to be 1 mile apart. What's awesome about Michigan is, especially in places like Monroe, in Adrian, Michigan, a lot of my Ohio friends will know those names because those are mostly where all the Ohio people go to buy weed right now. Everywhere. I mean, Monroe is practically the weed capital for us Ohioans of Michigan. There's multiple dispensaries right across the street from each other. It creates great competition and good sales. You're not going to have that here because everything has to be a mile apart from each other. Stupid, dumb, awful. Is not pro-consumer at all, which shouldn't be surprising with the rest in this bill. And then they didn't allow any public testimony, or they did. They only allowed 2 hours of public testimony from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. of Monday, which is the day I'm recording this. That obviously has long since passed since you're seeing this video now. So there's the changes. I know last video I was pretty unbiased. This video I'm going to be very biased because this is awful. I could have given them leeway with even the proposed changes when it passed. I could have given them leeway with. This is awful. This is a terrible bill. There's not all hope is lost yet. It needs to pass. Really, all branches of the legislature. It needs to pass the governor, which it would pass, and the Senate, which it probably will also pass. But the General Assembly is the only holdout. We have no clue what's going to happen there. So keep your eye on it. I will give more updates. Probably expect one Wednesday night when they vote on it to give an update, and then we'll know from there. The statute goes into effect the 7th as long as nothing changes. This will go probably into effect the 7th as well if this does pass. But it is bad. If you can, write your representative and your senator in your districts. State, not federal. They could care less about this. Write your state legislatures about this if you really care about it. They seem to listen more than your senators on a federal level really do. So give it a shot. Hopefully enough blowback will flip some votes when it hits the floor. But that's it for this video. Sorry for the nice 9-minute rant. But hopefully I can at least get more eyeballs on it. The last video did extremely well. So hopefully this can also hit people's recommended. I'm just going to upload it like this. I'll make a thumbnail, but I don't even think I'm going to edit this. So I'm sorry for the unedited rant. I want this out as quick as possible and as many people can see it and at least try to contact their legislature about it. But yes, I will be back hopefully Wednesday with good news. One can only hope, I guess. Have nice highs, guys, and I will see you in the next one.